No way! I don't even have that shit, so how can I even review?
Merry Christmas, Bennett.
No! No! No.
Just do the fucking review.
No! As an anime fan, I'd like to think that broad, categorical judgments about the fandom are just patently untrue and are just the product of narrow-mindedness. But we all know people that don't exactly disprove the stereotype made. As much as we all like to believe that Sheldon Cooper is just a nerd character processed through central casting, we do know people that are like him. There's a hall of infamy among anime fans, a space dedicated to the very worst that the fandom offers. Consider the bearded man-child. Incapable of talking about anything other than the latest episode of whatever happens to be his latest fixation on Crunchyroll, his complete lack of social graces and outside interests make him the last person you want to have a conversation with. Also, Mountain Dew breath. The husbando. See also the creeper. Having long ago thrown away any semblance of personal shame, the husbando sees nothing wrong with carrying around a recently purchased body pillow in plain view of the public, as if to advertise the fact that he hasn't seen a vagina since birth. And finally, we come to the weeaboo Squealer, one of the major driving forces behind the hatred of Inuyasha. At first, the Squealer seems a welcome variation at your normally male-dominated convention, sporting badges and shirts of your favorite show and/or comic book, until they open their mouths. A barrage of mangled Japanese, inappropriate phrases, and high-pitched squealing as if to invoke a sonic terror into our reality. You won't have to look hard to find them. They'll find you at your local anime convention waiting for the perfect time to glomp. It is this foul beast that which gives Inuyasha its power. The power to annoy. What you are looking at is a review. A review of a film that which encapsulates everything that Inuyasha is. This is Affections Touching Across Time. Besides having a title that sounds like somebody bumped into the refrigerator and spilled all of the word magnets, the first Inuyasha film is the perfect movie to explain what it is about Inuyasha that really boils everyone's piss. Why? Because it encapsulates over 150 episodes of frustration, annoyance, and just plain bad writing. Everything that is wrong and infuriating is presented in a full, glorious display for us to mock and rage over. What better way to close out the year? Plus, the film acts as a primer for first-time viewers, which means even if you haven't seen a single episode of the series, you still will feel like pile-driving Kagome through a semi. Or anyone in this fucking movie, really. They have all had it coming. And it's finally time we deliver. We begin our film with the Shikon jewel shattering, scattering its pieces all throughout the land. And wouldn't you know it, one of those tiny fragments finds its way into a petrified corpse of a powerful demon and revives it. Happens to all of us, especially in Smallville. Who took my dick? From a ravenous demon waking up to find his Johnson been snapped off, we cut to every fangirl's favorite bishi, Sesshomaru. Why? No reason. Oh, the film goes into the fact that Walter Peck is looking for the Tetsaiga, Inuyasha'S sword, but why the hell did Peck send his lackeys to take on Sesshomaru if he knew that he didn't need Sesshomaru's sword?
That isn't the one. That fang carries with it no aura of destruction. Find me the other fang.
So you basically pissed on Sesshomaru's feet, even though you knew you didn't have to, and he in turn slew all of your lackeys with a single wave of his hand. Badass, dude. Also, pro tip coming at ya. Don't introduce your story's antagonist by having them get their asses kicked by somebody who doesn't even factor it all into the plot. Fuck this movie. Oh dear. We cut to Kagome preparing a picnic for her friends in the feudal era of Japan. If you didn't follow that sentence, don't worry. This next segment is just for you. All aboard the exposition train!
My name's Kagome Higurashi. Until just recently, I was your average ninth grader. That is, until I discovered that I could travel 500 years back in time through the ancient well at our shrine.
Yeah, all I gotta do is jump down this well and take those pills that nice man on the bus sold me, and I'll be seeing demons in no time.
The feudal era is full of all kinds of demons, and it was during this period that Inuyasha was bound to the sacred tree. Oh, Inuyasha's father was a demon, and his mother was human, making him a half-demon. He's very rough around the edges, and he's got a huge ego and a wicked temper. And did I mention how jealous he gets? Totally hopeless.
Which is why he's the perfect boyfriend.
We have some dependable friends who help us. A young fox demon named Shippo, who uses his fox magic whenever there's trouble.
You mean you have a little whiny brat that uses his magic to save his own ass. Fuck Shippo and fuck foxes in their 1, 2, and 9-tailed variety.
And an amazingly talented demon slayer named Sango.
She's as bland as boiled cabbage and is only here to provide yet another will they won't they relationship tease with this fucknut.
And there's the flirtatious Moroku, who has a cursed wind tunnel in his right hand.
He's also the most powerful and useful member of the group, which is why the story keeps finding new bullshit ways to make him irrelevant.
Oh yes, there's one other friend I forgot. Myoga, the flea demon. He's knowledgeable, but he is a flea, and fleas aren't exactly the brave type.
No, but they are known for carrying pestilence and plague. Sorry, I had to add that critic reference.
Kagome, where have you been? Master Inuyasha is already in battle, ho!
In other words, you sensed danger and ran away as fast as you could.
Bitch, what do you expect me to do? I'm a fucking flea!
Inuyasha! I'm back, you guys!
Kagome!
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 Tatsuo!
Sarah.
Sometimes scripts write themselves. Kagome arrives on time to dole out the oh-so-necessary instructions of attacking the scorpion demon's stinger, and then Moroku literally finishes it off by sucking it into his wind tunnel. And he didn't do this right away because... Oh, so they could collect a jewel shard that was inside the scorpion. That makes sense. But wait, why would it matter if a jewel shard got sucked into the wind tunnel? The danger of there being so many fragments is that any one of them could grant power and be used for evil purposes. Hell, even when the jewel was whole, it still wasn't safe from evil's clutches, so why not suck them into the void where no one can use them? In fact, the whole fucking series ends on Kagome wishing that the jewel was gone forever. This whole series could have ended the moment that Moroku entered the picture. Fuck this series! And this movie! Oh, wonderful. The all-important picnic scene. Great. And look, Kagome is getting pissed at Inuyasha because he won't validate her cooking by saying he likes it.
Wait, I knew something was missing.
Something missing? What do you mean?
You know what I mean. Oh, great, here it is. Kagome, boil up some water for me, would you?
Inuyasha? Sit, boy! Sit, boy!
That was awful. Let's really examine this fucked up relationship between these two. He's an arrogant, totally self-absorbed asshole who has to kowtow to her and her whims because she could physically assault him and he has no means to defend himself. Yeah, kinda creepy when you break it down like that, ain't it? And this situation in particular is unnerving since it basically plays out like a domestic abuse scene. Honestly, what's the difference between a husband punching his wife because she overdid his steak and Kagome literally beating Inuyasha into the ground because he's more excited for the ramen noodles that she brought than her home cooking? Yeah, she's pissed that she spent all that work preparing food for it to go unthanked, and that sucks, but again, she beats the living shit out of him for not complimenting her cooking!
I've heard her say sit before, but never like that.
Call it punishment for not considering Kagome's feelings.
Yeah, you gotta beat the crap out of them to teach him a lesson in complacency. How else will she learn? I mean, he'll learn.
I don't believe the nerve of that guy. I'll never make him lunch again. He'll regret this.
He'll regret this? What are you, a Bond villain? Okay, maybe you don't feel the whole domestic abuse angle. Let's look at this fucked up relationship in another way. When Inuyasha first meets Kagome, he's initially hostile, as you would be if you were frozen in sleep for 50 years. To help Kagome out of danger, the priestess Kaede places the necklace of subjugation on him, allowing Kagome to pound him down and subdue him by saying sit. Get it? Dog collar. He's a dog demon. Sit. It doesn't take much to see a fairly obvious S&M overtone with this dynamic. Collars, control, obedience, and such, but as it's presented, this is wholly unhealthy and even antithetical to what S&M really entails. The main idea is supposed to be trust. Trust that your partner can take you into dark places but bring you out again with the utterance of a word. Trust that they'll be by your side afterward, recovering from a session that might have tested your limits. The fact that Kagome uses this once protective measure in such an exploitative manner is not only disgusting, it's fucking hateful. In fact, in the third movie, the necklace was destroyed, and Kagome was so distraught over not having sway over Inuyasha that she tricked him into putting it on. After all the time that has passed between them, she still didn't trust him, and he would spend the rest of his days under this invisible leash at the mercy of her whim.
Besides, don't you even trust me by now?
Sure, I trust you. I just don't want you running off by yourself again.
I won't, so come on, take them off. Take them off.
Sit, boy.
And this is all systemic of another bullshit fangirl baiting romance ploy that really needs to fucking stop. The bad boy. Edward Cullen, Zuko, the Joker, Vegeta, Hiro Yui, Gideon Graves, James Howlett, Sasuke Uchiha, Virgil, the fucking Phantom. For some reason or another, all these guys with personal baggage and anger issues are the targets of affection of many a fangirl, and for no good reason. There's the idea that women are attracted to this archetype because it means they could save him or change him, but into what? A guy who she wasn't attracted to in the first place? If this were just fantasy romance games, that'd be one thing, but when it spills over into real life, it gets downright creepy. Because, girls, when you're thinking of being with a real-life bad boy, you're not being Bonnie with Clyde, you're being one of those crazy women who are sending love letters to the Aurora Killer. Look, you can have a dysfunctional, poisonous, bad romance in your story, but don't pretend for a fucking moment that this is something to glorify. Fuck this movie! It seems that during all my ranting, Kilala, and yes, you pedantic fucks, it's spelled Kirara, but pronounced Kilala, has fallen under the control of Walter Peck, but Sango and Moroku are blissfully unaware, even when murder is staring them right in the face.
So, ladies, did you come from the continent?
We did. Yes, how very observant.
And yet you seem to have mastered our language. You speak it fluently.
Yes, our ancient Japanese language, English. Of course, Peck's lackeys spring their trap and force Moroku to use his wind tunnel. So he can't use the wind tunnel whenever Naraku's poison mist or wasps are around because he'd be infected, but him absorbing poisonous scorpions is perfectly fine. Good, glad to know that. And I'm also glad to know that one of the lackeys not only dresses like Mega Man, but also shares his powers of duplication, taking Moroku's wind tunnel with her.
Well, Monk, any thoughts before you die? Someone has interfered.
Our business here is done. Let's go.
Bullshit, it's done! You are seriously going to be scared off because a single arrow was fired at you? There is literally nothing stopping you from killing these fucks, but nope, you think Hawkeye is after you, so you gotta haul ass. Fuck this movie! Oh, it was Lady Kaede who fired that arrow. Well, my mistake. You guys made the right choice fleeing from this terrible visage. Stayed any longer and you guys would have been pelted by Werther's originals. So Moroku and Sango, forgetting that they're leaving the rest of the group behind, shove off to save Kilala from the henchwomen. Meanwhile, Kagome is reminiscing about her first time encountering Inuyasha, because she just happened to be walking by the same tree he was felled at. Oh, and Kikyo is here too, for no real reason. What? You can't have an Inuyasha movie without pointless characters pointlessly milling about talking about how pointless they are? Can you?
What's this? Ow! What was that? What did I do that for?
What? You don't even know? You see something glimmer and you think, ooh, shiny, I better put my finger in it. What are you, 2? Thankfully, Walter Peck pimps in and interrupts Kagome and Inuyasha from mushing about their fart of a relationship, and he kicks Inuyasha's ass. Unfortunately, he's unable to wield the sword, so he opts to kidnap Kagome and force Inuyasha's hand. So how was he supposed to find his lair in the first place? Peck didn't leave a trail behind, and he didn't know about Inuyasha's personal Garmin here, so how was this plan supposed to work again? Whatever. He's got other things on his mind, like mind-fucking Kagome!
What's the matter, Hari?
This girl possesses unusually strong spiritual powers. Is she a priestess?
Impossible. Look at the odd way she's dressed.
Here, use this.
A sacred jewel shard?
Are you certain, Master?
One with great powers such as mine has no need for it.
Oh yeah, you were just moments away from breaking out of that petrified tree before that shard came along and set it on easy mode, asshole. They managed to implant the mind-controlled jewel on her, just as Sango, Moroku, and Inuyasha pimp in, playing right into Peck's hand. He tricks Inuyasha to use his Tetsaiga on him, thus somehow freeing Peck's father's power, which means now he's able to become even stronger, and this of course means the movie grinds to a halt as we watch our characters watch another character go through an involved transformation sequence when they could have just stopped him at any time instead of staring on like a slack-jawed idiot. Yeah, I know this is a common trope in shonen anime. Doesn't stop it for being stupid. And this is where the film just turns to balls. Our villain is victorious. He has won the day. The world is within his grasp. And what does he do? He just stands on top of a tree. For the rest of the movie, he never moves from this spot. Oh yeah, he wreaks havoc on a nearby village, but that's about as proactive as the villain gets. You see, this is what happens when your villain wins too early. He turns into Kefka. Oh, he's the greatest villain in Final Fantasy history. He broke the world. He poisoned Doma Castle. He betrayed the Emperor for ultimate power. And then he just sits on his ass and waits for you to kill him. But he's a god, I hear you say. What do you expect him to do? Oh, I don't know, have a tangible presence in the second half of the story? Even the world of ruin that he created ain't half bad. I mean, look at Kolingen, Jador, South Figaro. Nearly every town survived and still continues to function, save for Narsh and Mobliz. Oh god, what an apocalypse! Only 95% of towns and people survived! Yes, I've been sitting on that rant for a while. Sue me. The group is split up and are licking their wounds. Sango and Moroku meet up with Moroku's Tanuki manservant Hachiman, who is coerced into cooperating on a counterattack.
Come with us, or be sucked into my hand.
All right, all right. Crooked monk.
Don't transform in this tiny space, you fool!
Now I'm really gonna suck you up.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry, but it's a good thing Kirby can't talk, because you cannot threaten somebody by sucking them and sound the least bit intimidating. Now I'm really gonna perform oral sex on you, sailor! Meanwhile, Inuyasha can't get it through his thick head that he's outmatched and trudges off to fight Walter Peck again, but is intercepted by a mind-controlled Kagome! Yeah, I nearly forgot about that mind-controlled plot point too, and before you even have the chance to roll your eyes, Inuyasha finds himself at the exact same tree he was felled at, and of course, Kagome is right there waiting to do the deed again.
This is just like last time, huh, Kikyo? No, wait. She's not Kikyo. It's Kagome.
Oh, the dramatic irony. I mean, oh, the forced, ham-fisted, laughable attempts at dramatic irony.
No! No!
Kagome.
Yes! Yes! Cry, Kagome! Cry because you killed Inuyasha!
I'm sorry! I'm so sorry!
Ironic, isn't it?
Yes! This is like if Alanis Morissette and O. Henry had a baby and named it this exact moment! Also, you're full of shit!
Now, take this and return to your world.
I won't!
You must go. You never belonged here in these times.
Who doesn't belong here, Mrs. Dead Woman Walking? You're not even supposed to be in this fucking movie, let alone this plane of existence. Where the fuck did this come from? Look, I understand that you see Kagome as a warped, cracked reflection of a living nightmare of regret over living a life betrayed by love and ended by duty, but fuck you.
The Tree of Ages lives through different eras. Hyoga's Tree of Ages. It steals energy from various generations and matures. By now, other generations of time have already frozen over. Your era has likely been plunged into a never-ending winter.
Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think with fly, think.
Oh, what the fuck is this half-baked butterfly effect bullshit? You're telling me now there's a temporal corollary between past and present? Kagome has been literally sneaking pound upon pound of modern junk food and killing who knows how many progenitors, and up until now, it has never meant jack of shit in the present. She's met people's direct ancestors, and hell, she rubbed elbows with Nobunaga fucking Oda! But nope, find a deity here in the present, not ruled over by giant insects or sentient plants, and unless this is the present Jinro built, we won the war, USA, USA! Fuck this movie!
But... Inuyasha!
Go home. Back to your own era where you belong.
Nobody wants you here, Kagome. They all hate you and they think you're grody. And so, Kagome returns back to her own world. But her world has grown cold and dark. The light that she once knew has been extinguished. The void, stark and all-encompassing. Snow, soft like angel tears, prove only to be cold comfort, muffling her already quiet sobs. She walks adrift, aimless, loveless, and utterly and completely alone.
I feel fantastic, and I never felt as good as how I do right now. Except for maybe when I think of how I felt that day, when I felt the way that I do right now.
Inuyasha! My hands can't touch him anymore. My voice can't reach him anymore. I won't see Inuyasha ever again!
Meanwhile, Moroku and Sango are fighting at the base of Walter Peck's tree, and things don't exactly look good. That is until Hubris rears its convenient head and has one of the henchwomen suck herself to death. Giggity. And Sango manages to break through to Kilala and takes out the other henchwoman. If only fucking Shippo could be half as useful.
Magic isn't working.
Well, if your Foxfire doesn't work, you can always use Chrome Google. But, sadly, Kagome manages to break out of her funk and uses the jewel shards, I think, to establish a connection with Inuyasha, who's fine, by the way, who tells her to use the arrowhead still stuck in the tree to blast her way back into the past, and just in time to finally stop Walter Peck from doing what exactly?
Master Inuyasha! Hyoga's absorbing the soul of every living creature in the world!
Oh, so he's been absorbing souls, has he? And this has had no massive repercussions in the present, but him taking over the Tree of Ages does! The two manage to get themselves prepared to confront Peck, but he's long since attained ultimate power and has transformed.
Look at the size of him! He's enormous!
Size ain't everything, Kagome.
Nope, too easy. All five manage to converge on the spot for the final battle. How do they hope to defeat the massive Peck? By combining the Tetsaiga and Kagome's arrow, which is always how these fights resolve themselves. You'd think that would be their A-game no matter what, but that's expecting too much from characters that have the personality and intelligence of rocks. So, Inuyasha unleashes the backlash wave, Kagome's arrow hits his fuck me spot, and the day is saved. So after all of this, are we any closer to discovering the real reason why Inuyasha sucks so much? Well, I think we have. When you cut through to the bone, you realize that the problems of the series are the same problems that revolve around most shonen shows. Endless repetition, characters that show no growth or change and reset back to default whenever the plot deems it worthy, and other nonsense hyperpowered bullshit. But what does separate Inuyasha is that the whole story is inconsequential. No characters have a surprising revelation. Everyone winds up with their predetermined partner. Nothing happens that wasn't telegraphed like a freaking SOS message. But most importantly, nothing has any kind of impact. It presents itself like a fairy tale, where the only consequence is a bruised ego and maybe some soreness. There are no stakes, and thus there is no involvement. It's just watching stale, annoying characters act out the most trite and by-the-numbers story imaginable. Inuyasha is terrible, and not just the film, but the entire anime series is a nauseating, stupid ride from beginning to end. But does it deserve to be destroyed? I don't think so. Oh, sure, like I said, it's stupid. We've made that plenty clear, but if I destroyed every anime that was stupid on this show, there wouldn't be a single Central Park Media DVD left. No, we reserve our vitriol for only the most insulting pieces of shit, and Inuyasha is just too stupid to be insulting. I know you probably wanted me to eject this DVD into the fieriest pits of hell, but I'll leave that up to somebody else. You have to know where your true enemies lie. And they don't lie here. Well, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you all for joining me on one last ride for the year. 2014 was a monster, so let's all hope that 2015 shows us all a little more kindness. But I have a feeling it won't. Happy holidays from all of us here at Anime Abandoned, and have a very safe new year. Say goodnight, Gabe.
Good night, everyone. What the fuck, man?
It's no, I did nothing.
Why is it so cold? It's all over. Yes! Yes! Just squirt it all over me. Don't use it all, though.
Yeah, he said don't.
No, because we're gonna want to put it in strategic
Yeah,
points,
yeah,
too.
we don't use all of it on his chest.
Here, let's come and get some for his face.
Yeah, get some.
It's all starting to come right to here,
Yeah,
which
no.
is gonna make it look a little different than you want. So,
Well, then,
I'm not touching that area. You're gonna have to figure that out. Okay,
yeah,
that's
on
fine.
his face? Yeah, just put it right on the. today,
Just don't make it look like.
Well,
okay.
I
Okay, I'm gonna
fake semen over my 12 years.
Oh!
We can't see down there. It's just all chest, okay? So
Okay,
all
well then
chest-
we don't waste any on the waist
Yeah,
then.
don't. Yeah, just. Cut. I need to do another take.
Okay. Gonna get some
blood slightly squirting from underneath the bandana.
Okay. Okay. What do I do?
Okay. No. Damn it. It was supposed to be continuous. Oh, continuous O.
And you had it perfect. You had it perfect.
Yeah, okay.
You fucked it.
No, I can do it
You
again.
can do it again. Still rolling. Still rolling.
No, damn it, I did it again. Okay, let's do.
Why did it? You're gonna have no more cereal left.
Yeah. Affections touching across time. Behind the scary door. I like it. All right. All that work for just 2 lines. I know.
That's why I'm wearing it, so it doesn't get on my head.
Like maybe he got on the ceiling and was dripping on his head.
Yeah.
Long live your Lord High Regent Sage! Long live Benetopia!